From shutting down their doors due to unforeseen personal struggles,
My personal things got in the way, and it was just more important. My kids are the most important thing.
to seeing a sharp increase in business after Gordon's intervention.
People support us from a Kitchen Nightmares through, I say, November. You can see the numbers up.
Here's what happened to the restaurants that listened to Gordon Ramsay. Starting with Leone's, an Italian eatery in Montclair, New Jersey that used to be the place everyone went to when they craved authentic Italian food. Until tragedy struck when Rose Leone, the owner, went in for what should have been a routine operation.
About 2 years ago, my mother went in for a routine kidney stone. The operation went bad, and she went into a coma, which was very, very difficult.
With Rosie out of the picture, Leone suffered.
Without Mama Rose, everybody was just scrambling to make it work. Literally.
Michael, her son, stepped in, but according to a staff member, he's hardly what you'd call boss material.
He shows up around 6, walks around, hands out a sambuca, watches a little football, gets dinner,
Want a piece of cake?
and goes home.
Michael's way of running things was starting to take a toll on the restaurant, and pretty soon, the rest of the staff were just following his lead.
Michael does not show any concern about this restaurant. And when everybody sees that, they do the same.
The kitchen's stiff, they take naps out in the back, they play soccer.
But it wasn't just the work ethic that slipped. Leone's went from being the go-to spot for Italian food to, well, something else entirely.
Food went to shit.
There's no flavor.
The taste just wasn't there anymore.
I mean, this place used to be good.
This went on for 2 long years, and when Rosie finally recovered and returned to the restaurant, what she found was a complete disaster, and she desperately needed help.
I almost had a heart attack. Everything I see was dirty.
So if this is filthy, I'm afraid about what the kitchen looks like.
I need Chef Ramsay to come in and straighten him out.
When Gordon came to the rescue, he wanted to know what was wrong with the restaurant, and Rosie said this.
In your mind, what's wrong with the restaurant? What is it?
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
The staff weren't nearly as forgiving as Rosie. They quickly called out Michael, but he didn't see it that way. He insisted the problem was something else.
The major problem here is there's no manager, nobody in control of this restaurant.
I disagree. I believe the problem is that I believe the decor is a turnoff.
The decor?
No, it's ridiculous.
At first, Michael was blind to the issues that the restaurant had.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Ma, stop it, Ma, stop it.
You're oblivious. It's happening under your own nose. They don't give a shit. Because you don't.
But after Gordon pointed out these issues, he was willing to listen and prove to Gordon that he could do better. And unlike many restaurant owners, when Gordon offered to have them cook a meal together, Michael cooperated.
I want to pull it right now.
Let's go then. Pull it.
Cooking with Chef Ramsay has given me great confidence in myself and in my restaurant. And I'm sure I will make some errors, but I have to learn. It has to come the hard way.
And the result was a new Leone's with better food and a more capable manager. But more than that, Gordon took things a step further and brought in his team for a total makeover. They turned the place around, transforming it from a tired old restaurant into a vibrant modern Italian bistro. Then, to make sales easier, Gordon even helped install modernized equipment to help servers place and manage their orders.
I have for you the most amazing, state-of-the-art point-of-sale system.
Oh, nice.
It is the state-of-the-art, latest touch-screen device.
It's unbelievable.
After Gordon's intervention, things at Leone's turned around for good. In the year after his visit, business at Leone's restaurant was up by around 40%. And during Gordon's revisit, he was pleased to see that the decor hadn't been changed and the quality of food had been maintained.
Oven, clean, tasting. And are you that involved in the kitchen now?
Yes. These are both my dishes, so I hope you enjoyed them, yeah.
That is delicious. That's good news.
Today, 13 years after Gordon's intervention, Leone's is still open and operational and has a rating of 3.5 stars from over 400 reviews on Yelp. And majority of those reviews are mostly positive, with one commenting, "The food is the right amount and very tasty. The service was a bit on the slow side. No complaints though. It was nice to slow down. The live music was nice." Leone showed what can happen when you take Gordon's advice seriously. The next restaurant also listened to Gordon's advice, but the results were way way different. Anna Vincenzo's was opened by Cici, the owner, with help from her father, a former pizzeria owner who not only bankrolled the whole thing, but also inspired her to get into the restaurant business in the first place.
My father gave me over $300,000 to open up Anna Vincenzo's. My father's been in the restaurant business since before I was born, and I've always been around a kitchen since I was a baby.
At Anna Vincenzo's, Cici wore two hats. She was both the head chef and the owner, and at first, business was thriving.
After I opened, business was insane. It was fun to come to work. The adrenaline's going, and it's fun. It's great. And you make money.
But over time, things started to fall apart, and business got so bad that Cici neither wanted to be the chef nor the owner anymore.
Let's see, everything that you could possibly think of went wrong is gone wrong. It's slow that I don't even want to come here. I've lost my desire to come.
While Cici claims that she has no idea what went wrong with Anna Vincenzo's, her staff tells a completely different story, and they know exactly where the problem is.
To be honest, I gotta say Cici probably the biggest reason why we're having trouble right now. She never really cares what's going on. She'll serve crap to a table. When she gets mad, she's aggressive and angry.
With Anna Vincenzo's doing so poorly, Cici remained indebted to her father, and Gordon was the only one who could save her.
As of right now, I'm in debt about $190,000 to my father. I stay up at night just thinking, how am I gonna give him his money? There's like nobody fucking coming here, and 5 tables we have, and everything's fucked up. Chef Ramsay's my last hope.
When Gordon arrived, he asked to try one of everything on the menu. And that's when it became clear that this was one of Anna Vincenzo's biggest problems.
That was a joke, by the way. I hadn't even looked at the menu.
I figured that.
There must be hundreds of dishes on there.
However, the menu was not the only problem, because the food was also not up to Gordon's standards.
It's like eating a piece of cardboard there. That has to be Florida's worst dish ever. This one looks like a dog's dinner.
And Cici did not take this criticism well.
He's supposed to be here to help me. He's not supposed to be telling me that nothing's good. Give me the snapper, Anna. If he complains about this, I'm really gonna fucking kick his ass. I was so mad at him, I wanted to rip his head off. He's British. He doesn't fucking know anything about pizza.
Throughout most of Gordon's visits, Cici pushed back and put up a fight. But Gordon wasn't having it, and he made sure to put her in her place.
Your reaction to me telling you something quite constructive in a very calm manner is a joke.
Okay, so you want me to be your fucking puppet?
Why are you shouting?
Because you're
Why?
pissing me the fuck off.
So shut the fuck up and talk properly.
And point out the fact that Anna Vincenzo's had one more big problem, and it was all centered around Cici herself.
You have an attitude problem. I'm not too sure which is worse, the food or the attitude.
Gordon made it clear that before he could do anything to help, Cici needed to face up to the issues he'd pointed out and accept that things had to change.
What I'm trying to tell you is that you have to come to terms internally that there's a huge problem, and that is with the food. You asked me here, and I'm here to help, so let me in.
Even though Cici was upset, she eventually gave in and acknowledged the problems Gordon had highlighted. She also shared why she'd been so hesitant to admit those issues in the first place.
Okay, the food sucks. There, you happy? Nobody wants to hear that anything that they do sucks. I don't like to fail. Death would be better than failing.
However, with Cici now on board, Gordon went about helping Anna Vincenzo's back on its feet, and the first thing he did was fix the menu problem. Then, in true Kitchen Nightmare style, Gordon gave the restaurant a makeover. Cici was so touched by the transformation that she got emotional.
Oh my God! Bright and beautiful. I can't even describe the difference. And I think this change is gonna change everything.
Gordon's advice turned things around, and he didn't stop at just giving advice and went to great measures to bring customers back into the restaurant.
So now we have to use our initiative and spread the word. I started putting together, with my team, the most amazing marketing plan. We are having the Anna Vincenzo's pizza making contest.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
After Gordon's intervention, Anna Vincenzo stayed open and continued serving customers. But just 1 month after the episode aired, the restaurant ended up closing its doors. Gordon returned for a follow-up in the 5th episode of season 4, only to find out that Anna Vincenzo's had closed down. Instead, he caught up with Cici, who shared the reasons behind her decision to shut down the restaurant.
I cannot believe Anna Vincenzo's.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah. We said goodbye.
What happened?
I sold. Too much of my personal things got in the way, and it was just more important. My kids are the most important thing
Some viewers supported Cece's decision, saying, "I think she was smart to get out of the business. You could see how much happier she was when Ramsay was chatting with her in her home." Before it shut down, Anna Vincenzo's wasn't exactly winning over customers. It only had a 2.9-star rating from 7 reviews, but some of those reviews dated after Gordon's intervention were positive. The service was great and the food was good. I would come back. Another tagged the restaurant as the best place for pizza in Boca Raton. Today, the old Anna Vincenzo's Boca Raton, Florida location is now occupied by a new restaurant named Aaron's Indian Kitchen. Anna Vincenzo shut down within months, even after taking Gordon's advice. But the next restaurant used his tactics to survive for years longer. Prohibition Grill was a southern restaurant opened back in 2008 by Rishi, a belly dancer who had no restaurant experience but was pretty confident she could make it work.
I had no restaurant experience at all, but I felt like if I could run a successful dance company all of these years, surely I could operate a restaurant business.
To make up for her lack of experience, Rishi hired a professional, and she was convinced he was fantastic at what he does.
Because I have no experience, I don't run my kitchen at all. I hired someone who's had 30 years of restaurant experience. Good job, Rock.
Not my first trip to the rodeo.
He's amazing at his job.
But the rest of the staff who actually paid attention have a completely different opinion about him.
He's a little bit lazy.
Be right back, Dylan.
He likes to smoke. He likes to talk on his phone.
Hello.
You know, if I have an order, I have to text him that there's an order.
Despite Rishi's confidence in hiring the best possible person for the job, things just weren't working out. The customers kept complaining.
How's it tasting over here?
It's really bland.
We have customers that complain all the time. It's mushy.
And whenever Rishi tried to figure out what was wrong, Rocky insisted there were no problems. And Rishi, being so naive, just believed him.
But Rocky keeps Rishi in the dark a little bit.
What was the problem with the trout?
There's no problem with the trout. Yum.
I don't know anything about what goes on back there.
But Rishi's mistakes didn't just stop there. Besides blindly trusting Rocky, she did other things no restaurant owner should ever do. And this was definitely no way to run a restaurant.
I've been in the business 20 years. I know how a business is supposed to be run, and this is not the way.
Rishi might have been naive, but she knew Prohibition Grill was sinking fast. She understood just how bad things could get if the restaurant went under, and she also knew she needed help.
I really don't know what's going on. Unbelievable. If Prohibition Grill fails, I lose everything. I'm really discouraged. I really need help.
And when Gordon showed up, it only took a few questions for him to uncover even bigger problems that no one had even mentioned or noticed before.
Okay. In your mind, what's the biggest problem?
In my mind, well, we don't have a grill here.
It's called Prohibition
Hence
Grill.
Prohibition Grill, right?
Wow. A Prohibition Grill with no grill. Wow. Okay.
And it didn't take long for Gordon to see just how out of depth Rishi was, especially when he told her about the soup of the day.
Soup of the day means a daily changing soup.
Oh, I didn't even know what the soup of the day meant. I thought that just meant what soup we were serving that day.
Despite all her shortcomings, Rishi wasn't combative. She was actually willing to listen to any advice Gordon had that could help her keep the restaurant afloat.
Well, I was hoping that you could come here and help me get this business to the next level because I can't seem to do that on my own right now.
The first problem Gordon tried to solve was to give the restaurant an identity. So he did this. But most importantly, Gordon helped Rishi see that Rocky wasn't the solution she'd hoped for, but the actual part of the problem.
So how many people feel that this restaurant would be better off without Rocky?
Sorry.
You should not be put in this awful, vulnerable situation and be beholden to a chef that's tearing you apart.
And he helped her make a really tough decision, one that was ultimately the best thing for Prohibition Grill.
Why would I want to go forward with someone who's sabotaging my business? It's the right thing to do, to let Rocky go.
Rishi finally took Gordon's advice to heart, and right after their talk, she fired Rocky.
I don't want to beat around the bush about it. Unfortunately, I'm letting you go. Things haven't changed even after our last reconciliation. Things still haven't changed. I'm sorry.
Many viewers applauded this decision, noting that she literally was the embodiment of blind faith in someone who didn't deserve it. Meanwhile, other viewers pointed out the fact that the owner has got to be one of the most genuine, open, and willing to learn individuals on the show. She's one of the few that is honestly taking everything she can from Ramsay's kitchen wisdom. But Gordon didn't stop there. Beyond helping Rishi spot the restaurant's biggest problems and make the tough calls, he stepped in with his own cooking expertise to help turn things around. Eventually, after Gordon's intervention, Prohibition Grill was back on its feet, as the transformations were a big success, and Rishi ran her restaurant with a sense of more control. 1 year later, Gordon revisited the restaurant in what was actually the last episode of Kitchen Nightmares to ever air on TV. And this is what Rishi had to say.
In general, how's business?
Little by little, it's catching on fire. Now I'm totally an owner here.
Right.
I'm involved in what's going on in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm involved in the ordering.
Yeah.
I mean, my consulting chef, Marquetta Schreck, she's spectacular. It's changed my life. It's awesome.
However, despite the seemingly positive transformation, Prohibition Grill eventually closed in July 2017, about 3 years after its episode aired. While it wasn't a total success story, it proved that even with zero experience, Rishi managed to keep the restaurant going for a few years, largely because of Gordon's advice. Before its closure, the restaurant had a pretty average 2.5-star rating on Yelp with mixed reviews. But some of the reviews were awesome, like this 5-star one that said, "Very impressed with the service, food, and atmosphere. I got the Pro Burger and it was huge. Would recommend this place." Today, the old Prohibition Grill in Everett, Washington is now occupied by a new restaurant called Flying Pig. Rishi's Prohibition Grill couldn't stay open for long, even after listening to Gordon. But the next restaurant did, and it's been thriving for more than 10 years. Makis and Lynn opened the Greek at the harbor just a few steps from the water in Ventura Harbor, a prime location, and right from day one in 1994, the place was a massive success.
The Greek?
From day one when we opened the restaurant in 1994, it was a success.
Oh my gosh, really good.
We did great. It was always busy.
Their son Aris works at the restaurant too. He admits that while the Greek was a big hit when it first opened, his dad's standards have since slipped, and he knows exactly why.
He's been working 365 days a year for 17 years. He's just burning out from being here so long. It was rubbery.
What do you mean rubbery?
I don't know, on the bottom.
It's not rubbery.
Aris wasn't alone in thinking this. Other kitchen staff share the same complaint, pointing out that Makis was losing his touch.
Mikey, he hardly anymore is making sure that everything is cooked to perfection.
Put it up, put it up.
Mikey, that's not good. It hurts me when I see our level drop because the standards are not high enough.
But while everyone pointed to Makis' quality control as the issue, he believed everything was fine.
The calamari was really...
I taste the calamari, it was good.
Well, it's not Mikey, okay?
Aris was genuinely worried about the restaurant and ready to do whatever it took to help him turn things around. But Makis didn't seem to share his enthusiasm or even take his concerns seriously.
I want to change this place. I want to make it better. I haven't learned everything, but I will. I know I can. I'm very capable, and I know I can make it better than ever.
Thank you.
Aris brought up a crucial point, revealing the growing rift between him and his father.
My dad has a hard time listening to other people sometimes because this is what he created, but I'm here to help. He wants to make sure I'm 100% ready, but I can't be 100% ready if he doesn't allow me to be.
However, Makis made a point of his own too.
To run this restaurant, you have to come back here at this kitchen, and Aris did not have done this before.
The situation at the Greek at the harbor was serious, and the whole family agreed they needed Gordon Ramsay's help.
It's like we work our asses off and we don't make any money. It's hard.
I'm just hoping that Chef Ramsay will help us get this restaurant to be the success it deserves to be. I don't want what we've spent years building up to be lost.
And when Gordon sat down with the family to figure out where things had gone off track, it didn't take him long to notice that Makis had some deep-rooted issues, especially when it came to his son and the future of the business.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. He's been doing it too long. He's burnt out, and he might not admit it, but he is.
Are you burnt out?
No.
No. And where's the succession? Is the goal to groom Aris to take over, or?
No.
Aris made a point of showing Gordon how eager he was to work and help out at the restaurant right in front of Makis. But even then, Makis' reluctance was obvious to everyone.
Do you teach him how to cook?
No.
Really? Why? Is he not good enough? Are you that much of a control freak? No.
and he shared his reason why he wasn't considering his son as a good successor.
I expect him to be more here than he was.
So he's not committed?
He's just getting the passion. He never really wanted, when he graduated college,
I never thought I would do it.
He didn't want to be part of our business.
But Eris reassured him that he was ready and was hoping that Gordon's presence could help Makis see that he was ready. But the tension between father and son wasn't the only thing Gordon noticed. When he tasted the food, he found another issue. And it was so bad that he called in all the cooks to address it.
That was a disaster. I mean, I've just sat down and had the biggest fucking embarrassment to Greece that I've ever tasted in my entire life.
When Gordon questioned the cooks about the food, they started pointing fingers, ultimately turning on Makis himself.
Did anyone taste it?
Of course, it's wrong. It's done wrong. I'm not allowed to cook the food the way I cook it in Greece. Here, I'm following Makis' way, and he's tired.
To help turn things around at the Greek, Gordon set out to get to the root of the tension between Makis and his son, but he got nothing from them. So Gordon turned to Lynn for some insight, and what she shared completely shocked him.
He announced, I'm going to make something of my life. I'm not working in the restaurant.
What? In front of all the staff?
In front of all of his friends. It was as if what we'd done all these years was like worthless.
Gordon gave his own opinion and was eager to hear Makis' thoughts about what Eris had said.
Wow, I mean, how rude. You paid the fees for the college. He comes back and hosts a party in his parents' restaurants and then shits on them from a great height. Is Mikey sort of hurt? Do you think he still holds it against him?
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, he really does.
Unbelievable.
Now that Gordon finally understood what was tearing the family apart, he set out on a mission to help them reconcile and set things right. Eris took a big step of apologizing to his parents for what he'd said. And just like that, the family came back together.
And I sincerely apologize for saying that, because that was so wrong of me. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Love you.
As a symbolic gesture to show that the father and son were now working as a team, Gordon marked the moment on camera with a very funny gesture. He also instructed Makis to teach Eris the final and most important part of the business that he had been holding back from the son because of their rift.
For the very first time in the history of father and son, get into that kitchen and show him something. I don't care if it's a simple Greek salad, roasted fish, or whether it's a stunning hummus. I don't care.
Some viewers found this moment awesome, with one saying, Gordon brings people back together. He's not only the best chef, but also a wonderful person with a heart of gold. But back at the restaurant, to complete his makeover of the Greek at the harbor, Gordon gave the entire place a full redesign, transforming the decor from top to bottom, much to the approval of Makis and his family. After Gordon's intervention, the Greek at the harbor started enjoying some of the success it used to enjoy. And at the check-in from the Kitchen Nightmares producers, Eris seemed to be doing a good job of managing the kitchen at the Greek. He was doing such a good job at the time, Makis was considering retiring from the restaurant. Today, over a decade after Gordon's intervention, the Greek at the harbor is still open, with a 3.5-star rating from Yelp from over 700 reviews. Most of the reviews were great, like this 5-star review that says, "This is our new go-to spot for special occasions on a budget, where we feel treated and fed like valuable customers. Our server was darling and attentive, never blinked an eye when all we ordered was the $45 platter and water with lemon. We got the full treatment and it was really a treat." Another recent 5-star review also praised the service and food, saying, "Visited the Greek while traveling through California and was so happy to have found this lovely place. The staff was friendly and helpful. Everything we tried was so delicious, in particular the prosciutto. Sun-dried tomatoes and cheese flatbread was so good. I'm looking for a local place back home that serves something similar." Makis still owns the restaurant, but in a 2022 interview with a YouTuber, Brendan Taylor, he shared that Eris no longer works there. Instead, Eris has moved on to something else and is doing well.
I tell you, my son Eris, he's doing something else now.
Okay.
He switched to cryptocurrency.
Ah,
And he's doing well.
Good for him.